Welcome back to Real Geek Media. I'm Hayden Stoll. He is Christopher Michael Blake. It is September 5th, 2024. It is time for funny and weird news stories. Christopher, how are we doing this evening?
Hayden, we're two wild and crazy podcasters. That's all I can tell you. No Coke, just Pepsi. Here we go.
Ready to get into it?
Hayden, you ever played the game when you were a kid? Knock, knock.
Yes.
Doorbell ditch, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you run away.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, in Kentucky, there's a different version now. And by the way, for those of you at home who are not aware of how we do weird and funny news, these are original news stories from the actual newspaper sources: New York Post, UK Daily Mail, Breitbart, TMZ. We do not edit any of this stuff. We put our own humorous slant on different things. Non-political as always. But in Kentucky, they have a different version. It's called Knock Knock, Who's There?
Oh.
Where apparently Kentucky police are working to crack the case of a disturbed young man who left a nasty surprise on one porch several times in the last week. And they have a video of this guy because at first the owner thought it was a stray cat or dog leaving like poo on his porch. But I guess it was this guy whipping it out.
Oh, there you go.
Peeing all over his mattress and then pooing on his front doorstep.
Oh, my goodness.
Video of the gag-inducing display shows a man wearing a red shirt, dark-colored shorts, and socks without shoes, just strolling up to this guy's front steps in an unhurried pace before taking a squat. The rogue defecator left his initial calling card on Monday night and has been back several times since.
Oh my goodness.
The owner cleaned up the mess, not thinking much of it. That is until he checked his Nest doorbell camera and much to his dismay saw the pooper trader wasn't a rude neighbor cat, but a man who for good measure also peed on his welcome mat. Jim said he'd never seen the man before and has no clue why his porch has come under friendly fire.
Friendly fire.
But that pooper came back again, and this time Jim attempted to confront him, but he was gone by the time he made it to the front door. Now, this is a long string of pooping attacks across the nation. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Oh, is it an epidemic?
Oh, look, apparently they have a porch pooper in Louisville.
Oh.
Yes. And he drags the rank of other feces depositors in recent years, such as the Colorado Mad Pooper and the parking lot Mad Pooper of Ashland, Massachusetts, and, of course, New Jersey's very own, the Pooper Intended of Schools. A psychologist offered – I didn't write this. The New York Post did. A psychologist offered an explanation about the odd phenomenon of serial poopers as people seeking a rush by pushing the envelope and getting to the edge of civil behavior.
Oh, boy.
Yes. So, Hayden, that's why I have to ask you, when somebody's at your door late at night, make sure you're wearing a pair of plastic gloves.
If it's not the Amazon guy, then it's the pooper intended.
We're about, speaking of poop, we're about 60 days out from Halloween. Hayden, do you have your Halloween outfit picked out already?
I don't.
You know, these spirit Halloween shops, they pop up every year all over the nation. Discounts, great stuff. It's a good time just to walk around with the family and get scared a little bit with some of the decorations because they're pretty ingenious.
Yeah.
But would you be aware that this year you could dress up as a Chipotle character?
They have characters?
Oh, well, apparently.
Oh, boy.
2 years ago, Chipotle got on a trend posting a fictional Chipotle fork costume and later followed up the mock Chipotle napkin costume. Chipotle has now teamed up with Spirit Halloween to make these fake ideas, plus a few others, come to life.
What in the world?
The first ever official Chipotle Halloween costumes range in size from adult small to XL and retail for about $40 in the US and Canada. They're available exclusive on the Halloween Spirit website and at select Spirit Halloween retail locations in Chicago, Denver, right here in dirty Jersey, Los Angeles, and New York while supplies last. Now, in case you're wondering what these costumes kind of look like, this is the fork costume.
What?
Yes, I'm not making this up. This is all true. This is, again, for those of you who don't believe this, this is the New York Post. The fork, the myth, the legend. Flex your hands on your friends this Halloween and pretend you're a fork. No, literally, you have to flex your hands in the shape of a fork and hold that pose all night long. The description reads. Then they have the Chipotle to-go bag.
Oh, my God.
Right? This is your chance to look tatted up like a Chipotle bag without the commitment. Then you can go as the Chipotle burrito. No need to explain what you are this year with the iconic Chipotle burrito costume. Yeah, I'll show you that one too. Again, they all look kind of the same. It's very odd. It's like, why did they just make this for the movie The Strangers? I don't know.
This is why I go to Bubba
Thank you. The Chipotle water cup. You can be him for Halloween. Yeah,
God.
There's two on there.
The fact that there's a market for this stuff is kind of wild.
And the last one, of course, the Chipotle napkin. Not to be confused with Chipotle underwear.
Right? Like, seriously. But if you were to dress up as the burrito and put the burrito costume on and throw yourself over the counter onto the tray, I mean, people would never know the difference, right?
Hayden, I have to ask, is your business looking for an affordable way to gain and attract new clients? Like,
it is.
For example, Chipotle.
Hey, Chipotle.
Look, if you want to spend $40 for a costume, you know what's cheaper than that, Hayden?
What's that?
Advertising your business with us for $30.
That's right.
And you're here permanently. This isn't a one-touch outfit at a Spirit Halloween show. We're year-round.
Yeah, forget your Spirit Halloween Chipotle.
And we won't give you the runs. We won't give you the runs.
They don't put enough meat in those things to give you.
You won't have blood in your underwear after you get done eating us. We promise. But Real Geek Media Entertainment is now offering sponsorships on their podcast and website. Look, instead of spending $40 on a costume where you can play a simp or a gimp in a burrito outfit.
Did you just say you won't get the runs from eating us?
Bloody runs.
Oh, the regular runs are okay.
Oh.
Just the bloody one.
Montezuma's Revenge. Come on. I'm
a little undercooked.
Look, just because you got salmonella on the guy who stands in the restaurant doesn't mean anything. You're going to be all right. It's the doctor's appointment away. Put some Pepto between friends.
There you go.
Look, much like Chipotle's runs coming out of your rear end, we'll give you the dirty jokes here almost for free. $30. You come, you advertise with us. Your advertising could be right here, right now, just like I'm sitting here talking about Chipotle. I'm giving them free advertising. I should be charging them. Hey, the check better be in the mail, Chipotle. For $30, that's right. You get placement on our website as well as on our shows for the entire month. That's $30 for 4 shows for 4 hours. What else are you getting for that kind of value? I would like to see their value meal for Chipotle. But again, visit realgeekmedia.com. Click on the links for sponsor us, advertise with us, or donate here to get started. Again, it's www.realgeekmedia.com. Realgeekmedia.com. Hayden, you tell me about the hottest movie for 2025 coming up.
I can. Have you heard of Crimson Harvest?
I've heard of Crimson Chipotle.
Oh.
Yeah, so it'll give you the runs worse than any scarecrow will. So this is an opportunity, Crimson Harvest, for you to take part in their movie experience, to be a part of the movie. You want to act, you want to be an actor, professional, acting with Felisa Rose from Sleepaway Camp and Xander Goldman from Massacre Academy and Macabre Mountain. This is your opportunity. Don't miss out on the movie event of the year. Go to Indiegogo.com/projects/Crimson with a Z, Harvest.com. Donate here. Get your movie career started. Give it a boost. Get a speaking role. Become a producer. This is your opportunity to support local horror. It's going to be a wonderful movie. Check it out. CrimsonHarvest.com. Last but not least, from author Christopher Michael Blake. Hey, I know that guy. Come Seance. You all right? Come on, man. Yeah, look over like that. You can be part of the conversation. Witches Summers End series. When Nancy moves to her ancestral home in Louisiana, she gets more than she expects. And I'm not talking about runs in her underwear. Making new friends at school, she avoids the school bullies. When she finds out she's descended from a long line of witches, using a magic spell book to make her friends and her the popular kids in school, however, comes with a price. When the spell book is stolen and the students of Talbot High are threatened, it's up to Nancy and her friends to save the day. Can Nancy really find time to go to the homecoming dance with the star quarterback of the Talbot High Witches while saving the school at the same time and keeping her secret of being a witch safe from everyone? Got to read the book to find out, Hayden.
It's true. It's true. Check it out.
Visit www.christophermichaelblake.com. It's on Amazon, BarnesandNobles.com. Hayden, we're going to continue with the news. Roll the clip.
All right, let's get ready to roll it.
Ready to rumble. Have you watched this? Did you watch this clip?
I did not watch it. I
can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be good.
All right. Let's get this thing ready to go.
This is from the New York Post, by the way.
Here we go. You want to introduce this?
This is the World Gravy Wrestling Championships in the UK, where hundreds gather to watch. Now, these two chicks are cute, right?
Oh.
I was getting there with those two. Absolutely.
Oh.
Look, cute girls, though.
Yes. Oh.
Well, I was looking for my horn. I found it. Mighty Mouse lapping up the gravy there into Hippie Chick's face. It's on ever this, isn't it?
I love the music in the background, right?
Yeah.
No doubt about what's going on here, right?
It's just a lot of we got to get a variety of moves.
Oh no, you got
something.
There are other people.
Splash in the gravy. Oh, reverse.
Yeah, reversal, yeah.
Let me try my horn. What a great fight.
As if they don't have enough. Add more. Oh.
Navy Wrestling Championships.
There you go.
The bump and grind. Isaiah, paper mache.
Oh. There you go. Dude's like a luchador. Oh. Foreign object.
How do you miss that?
We've seen that move multiple times. Oh. None. Oh. Disrespect.
I don't know that I would survive with these two.
Yeah, I feel like we need some high flyers.
A lot of wardrobe corrections needed to take place today.
Because we're getting a lot of takedowns, somersaults.
Why is the referee holding on to her back?
I'm enjoying this too much. I can't see the judges waving saying it's the end of the fight. I'm having way too much fun. I think we've got to...
What do they judge it like the Olympics?
The international competition is one of the top 10 weirdest sports. See 16 men and 8 women battle in a soft-soaked ring.
This guy looks like he means business. Oh.
Big move.
PC dub. Stone cold music.
Before it.
Uses the crotch grab throw.
What is this?
Similar in size. We do have a disparity on the sizes as you've seen through the men. Oh, spotted it.
Another single leg takedown. How are these people still watching this?
Just ask you what your tactics were today.
My tactics, what you see is what you get, really. I go out there, I only win. You know, I don't do if, buts and maybes, I do absolutes. And anyone who comes my way, I'll crush with my hands.
These two are pretty good.
There you go.
Just ask, how was that for you?
Empowering.
Empowering. Any tactics today, or just go for it?
Go for the
This
neck.
guy just wants
Hey,
tactics.
you coming back next year?
I will not be there.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
I said this last year that I won't be there, but I don't know about next year. Depends where I am.
Like if you're sitting in the crowd way out there.
Turn this.
The secret
let's
to
get
the
this
perfect
off.
bread?
So the fact that those people were like sitting there watching this thing, like, and it's just single leg takedown, somersault, single leg takedown, somersault.
This is 528 gallons of gravy. This event is one of the weirdest in the nation, in the entire world. It's held annually at the Rosen Bowl Pub in Rosendale, Lancashire. Competitors wear fancy dress and aim to win the championship title by beating their opponent during a 2-minute-long wrestling match while soaked in the brown condiment. They have a picture here of a guy delivering what looks like a drop kick.
Oh, where was that guy? They should have put that guy in the clip.
You got another guy over here. I don't know what kind of move this is. They call this the wheelbarrow, I guess. I don't know. The final winners of the tournament were decided by a panel of 4 experienced judges who decide the winner of the wrestling skills and fancy dress costume. Hilarious pictures show the competition, show the wrestlers jumping on top of each other while they slowly get covered in gravy. And here you have another one here.
Gravy.
This guy's just...
Elias from Platoon.
So this is my challenge to you, Hayden. I'm putting it out there. You know, we brawl every 2 weeks in the box office. I'm challenging you at the Lancashire Pub and Pole next year for the Gravy Competition World Series. I'm taking you downtown, brother. Let's go.
If we're at the gravy competition, we're gonna pull out all the stops and we're gonna have some suplexes. We gotta spice this thing up, man. The ratings are in the toilet. It's we're not doing one single leg takedown. We're doing some summer, like, you know, high flyer off the corner post, cartwheels, body slams.
I am all about cheating, by the way. I have no reservations about cheating.
Listen, even if you bring the brass knuckles, man, like, spice it up. They get lower ratings than AEW, and that's saying something. Oh boy.
Continuing on with festivals and parties. You know, the Burning Man competition is festival's now going on right now, right?
Burning Man?
Oh yeah. It's in the Nevada desert, right?
Yeah.
But you know, that's like a 2-week long party. It's basically people out there doing drugs and ecstasy and drinking. And 73,000 people.
Didn't it rain last year and people were like stuck?
P. Diddy, not P. Diddy. It was Chris Rock and DJ Diplo were stuck out there with Cindy Crawford for 6 hours walking back in the desert.
That's a movie.
While all the toilets overflowed, by the way.
Yes. Sounds wonderful.
But are you aware of something called the Orgy Dome at Burning Man?
Is it like Thunderdome? 2 men enter, 1 leaves?
Believe it or not, they do have an event that's sort of like Thunderdome. Only they have like soft bats to hit each other with while they're flying around in the air. I watched the video today. Yeah, because I was like, is there a video of this Orgy Dome? I have to see this thing. And there's not. Because it's kind of no kiss, no tell, that kind of thing.
Right, gotcha.
So this is a little bit of what's involved with the Orgy Dome. Festival goers can camp on their own or join themed ones, including the infamous Orgy Dome, where burners can have a safer, consensual place to play at Burning Man. According to organizers, the Orgy Dome has been around since 2004. It's an air-conditioned sex haven where guests can visit in groups of 2 or more.
Oh.
Cosmopolitan wrote in 2016, its creators claim that 5,000 attendees cavorted within its folds last year. How do you feel about sharing a mattress with the same one that 5,000 people shared before you?
It's kind of gross.
Oh, well, hey, look. A 26-year-old production assistant from California who produced it in Orgy Dome told the magazine that there was a long line to get in.
Oh, standing room only.
Well, actually, they had mattresses on the wall. I'm not kidding.
Throw people into the wall.
Well, no, so you can have sex standing up. You don't have to wait to get down on the floor.
Right. Do you need a mattress on the wall for that?
It kind of reminds me of the scene from Taken where he's in there looking for his daughter and all these guys are lined up, right? It's like, yeah. So I guess there was a long line to get in, and she basically says she was interviewed. Watch out behind me here.
Yep, there he is. There he is.
Acrobatic cat, I'll tell you. Yeah. Watch out for Tiny.
He's making his debut.
Yeah, watch out. You're not going to Orgy Dome, cat. She was interviewed to make sure whether she was sober enough to consent before entering. She said that the festival workers also made sure participants were aware of the rules inside of the dome, which required verbal consent to engage in activities. Inside the main space has mattresses on either side of the main walkway. Now it's a comfortable way to way, she says. Once you see a lot of other people having sex, it becomes pretty easy to feel like you can do it too.
You can do it. Oh boy. That just sounds nasty.
Hayden, once again, we're going to talk about Delta. This is from New York Post. Diarrhea blamed for emergency landing on Delta flight with 281 passengers.
Did we not have one similar to that previously?
There's apparently happens every week.
Right.
Isn't that right, Tiny? That's right.
Stop going to Chipotle before you get on a plane.
Apparently, this Delta plane had been flying from Boston, Massachusetts to Rome, but needed to turn around and come back into New York. 281 passengers were then transferred to another plane. And the reason for it, a customer had a medical issue en route, but neglected to specify the problem.
Oh.
However, on a Twitter account, one of the passengers involved said passenger has severe diarrhea all over their seat.
Kind of gross.
Now, can you imagine being the airplane worker coming in to clean this up?
That's
what a
awful.
shitty job. What a shitty job, right? It's like, yeah.
That's awful. That's awful.
Now, there's always people who complain, I don't know why you're standing up trying to rush to the front of the plane. You can't go anywhere. This is the time I can sit there and say, I think you're wrong. I think I'm going to run to the front of the plane.
Yeah, I'm going to be the first one off that thing.
Look, I'm not waiting for that fasten seatbelt sign. I'm running up to the front.
We haven't even landed, and I'm reserving my place up front. Just because I can't. No.
This wouldn't be the first time the Delta flight had to be diverted due to diarrhea. The most infamous brownout in September, a Delta flight from Atlanta to Barcelona was forced to make a U-turn and do an emergency landing after a flyer soiled himself mid-flight. The pilot declared to air traffic control, this is a biohazard issue. We've had a passenger who had diarrhea all the way through the airplane, and they want us to come back to Atlanta. Footage was taken after the aftermath shows a brown trail running down the length of the airplane aisle with paper towels on the most heavily soiled areas in an attempt to obscure the view.
Oh, man. You got to wonder, something like that. How much money does it cost the airline for something like that? Right? Think about that. It's got to be huge because, you've diverted. You have to reroute extra fuel that you burn just to do all this. You're going to be delayed. That's just catastrophic.
Now, you heard about, this isn't part of the news stories, but going along with this, there was a family who was taking their trip for the end of the year. They spent $8,500 on cruise tickets. The plane was late taking off, and they missed their cruise. They literally got to the dock as the cruise ship was departing.
Oh, man.
Their entire vacation, $8,500 down the tubes.
Because somebody had
the airlines. No, it wasn't a diarrhea-related incident. It was just a normal delay.
Yeah.
And that just sucks. You're watching. You're sitting there on the dock, and you're like, "Wow, there goes our cruise ship." You're not getting that money back. It's not being refunded. Maybe if you meet them at the next port,
right,
you can hop back on at that point. But I mean, that's more plane tickets at that point.
Yeah.
How much more are you going to invest at that point?
That's crazy.
And the airplane's not covering that. They'll give you a refund for the tickets, but not.
That's crazy.
Talking about crazy, this is also from the New York Post. Sadistic NYC urologist Darius Paduch faces 143 more lawsuits. He exploited more male patients than any predator in history.
Whoa.
Oh, this is a good one. They got a picture of this guy.
Yep, that's kind of what I expected. But he looks like the old man from Up before he got old.
Darius Paduch exploited more male patients than any predator in history. Plaintiff lawyer Anthony T. DiPietro told the New York Post. Nearly 150 male patients are suing to bring it a total of 310 for the single abuser.
Wow.
Now you might say, well, what did he do? Well, how would a urologist abuse a patient? That's a great question, Hayden. So we had the answer here. We did some research. Apparently, he would direct the serum into some patients' penises to force erections for long periods,
Really?
perform penile enlargements that led to disfigurement, conduct cystoscopies where a tube is inserted through the urethra without anesthesia. I've had that happen when they're pulling those stuff for the kidney stones. Oh, it's painful.
Oh, man.
And force some patients to get on all fours for humiliating supposed exams. During some of the twisted sessions, Paduch walked around with a pen and would point to parts of the patient's nude body as if he were acting as a professor. Oh, it gets worse.
Oh, boy.
So Paduch was arrested in April 23 and criminally convicted on May 13th on 13 counts of sexual abuse in federal court. He faces up to 6 years in prison.
Ooh.
He worked as a urologist for years at the Weill Cornell Medical Center and New York Presbyterian Hospital and Columbia University and Northwell Health Systems. At some points, it gets worse. The abuse took place in front of nurses, assistants, and even other physicians. Paduch's attacks under the guise of necessary medical care, including instructing patients to masturbate in front of him or masturbating them himself.
Whoa.
Often while playing pornography. He would then sometimes measure his patients' erect penises and use phallic-shaped sex toys on them.
All right, then.
One heartbreaking patient saw Paduch for more than a decade, starting when he was 7 years old.
Whoa.
Another victim was 13.
Yeah,
Victim... Go ahead.
This guy's sick, man.
Oh, it gets better. Worse for the patients. One victim said Paduch squeezed his penis so hard it was bruised for weeks afterwards.
What the?
Another plaintiff claimed the doctor prescribed so much needless medicine to him that he went into liver failure. And then when a 56-year-old patient lay on an exam table, Paduch unzipped his pants and told the man he wanted him to see what an erect penis looked like. So your doctor's pulling his penis out, saying, I want to show you what this looks like, because obviously you can't.
What in the world?
Yeah, I feel bad for the patients.
Yeah.
But
holy
at what point, look, if I see my doctor masturbating in front of me, it might be,
we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem.
This might be time for me to leave.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, we're going to have an issue.
This is kind of my appointment, not yours.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know. I've been to the urologist a couple times now, and he's never walked in and showed me his junk or,
right, yeah. Hey, check this out.
Yeah.
Wow. That's wild. That's awful for those patients.
Hey, did you ever wonder where they get these stories for like the Lifetime movies and stuff?
No, I always.
What?
I figured they have like a certain playbook for those things. Like they spin the wheel, whatever it lands on, and just pick a scenario.
Well, here's a scenario for you. In Indiana, 71-year-old Alfred W. Ruff admitted he tried to kill his wife by poisoning her Coca-Cola with cocaine, MDMA, and benzodiazepines so he can marry her daughter, authorities said.
Oh, man. Great plan.
Well, he admitted to spiking his spouse's drink roughly a dozen times in Richmond in late 2021 as part of a twisted plan to run off with his stepdaughter. Now, you might say, well, the stepdaughter probably wasn't in on it, right? It's just some sicko's fantasy. Oh, no. Apparently, he told the cops. By the way, I got a picture of him here, too.
It's always as expected.
He told the cops his stepdaughter and one of her friends had convinced him to go ahead with the plot and actually provided him the drugs to put in his wife's drinks. He claimed his wife's daughter wanted him to get rid of mom so they could cash in on her life insurance policy. and she had promised to marry him after they took care of the wife. Now, my question to you is, after you kill your wife and marry your stepdaughter, don't you think maybe you're next on the chopping block? I mean, really? I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, okay. This,
You've just
you know,
planted the seed of the idea by already doing it. That's like
yes,
crazy. Oh man, that
yes.
is crazy.
So I guess he basically did this 12 times in a matter of 6 months, and eventually she went to the hospital, the wife, and that's where they discovered she was being, through toxicology and lab reports, that she was being, hit with all these MDMA drugs. So they would, every time she took these substances, she would get knocked out for roughly 13 hours.
Wow.
But what happened during those 13 hours, Hayden?
Good question.
The stepdaughter and her friend would come over and have sex with the 71-year-old while she was under the influence.
That's lovely.
Yes, yes. Ruff was sentenced on Monday to 4 years in prison after pleading guilty to aggravated battery posing a death risk.
Wow.
I wonder if the stepdaughter, and the friend were also charged. I imagine that was part of the plea deal, right?
Yeah. That's come on. What are we doing?
That's an Next Lifetime movie.
It really is. It really is. It's exact plot.
How I Survived My Stepdaughter.
Lifted from the headlines. Yeah.
How's work going, Hayden?
How's work going? Work is good. Work is busy.
Now, is it so busy that you don't notice what's going on around you?
No.
Really? So you haven't had any coworkers maybe not performing and they're sitting at their desks for long days and hours and maybe a week almost?
No.
Well,
Oh,
a
boy.
Wells Fargo employee was found dead at the office after 4 days after clocking in.
Whoa.
A woman working for Wells Fargo in Arizona died at work and was found 4 days later.
Oh, no family.
Denise Prodhum, 60, last clocked in at 7 a.m. on August 16th. And she was found at the third floor desk in the office on August 20th, leading on-site security to call police. There were no signs of foul play. Her coworkers who were up there, because I guess it was a more isolated type area,
Yeah.
reported smelling a foul odor around the desk, but thought it was a leaking pipe from the sewage problem.
That must be it.
Don't tell your employees the coworkers are dead.
That's
Right?
kind of crazy. It's sad that nobody was, for this poor lady, family or anything checking in. That's sad.
They should get overtime for all those hours she was there.
They can't exactly say when her ticket was punched. So, forward that money over to the family.
I know in Wells Fargo, those sons of bitches won't give her anything.
That's right.
They probably clocked her at 7:01.
Yeah, they probably did it.
Have you ever done any team building exercises with your coworkers, Hayden?
No.
Retreats or anything like that to build camaraderie and maybe, make a donation to a local charity?
No.
No? Well, you're on the right path because according to this MSNBC article here, man rescued after being abandoned on trail by coworkers.
Abandoned on trail.
Yes.
Oh, that's good.
An insurance underwriter was rescued on a central Colorado mountain after allegedly being left behind by his coworkers to raise money for World Central Kitchen, according to his company. The 46-year-old hiker, Steven Stephanopoulos, was rescued on Saturday after enduring a night stuck at the 1,423, 230-foot Mount Shabano, according to rescuers, during a freezing rainstorm. Yeah. So basically, he gets up close to the summit, and he has to take a breath. He needs time to regroup himself. Hey, he's not as in shape as he thought it was. The air's a little thinner. It's harder to breathe.
It's fair.
His coworkers already got up there. And instead of waiting for him, they start descending. But he says, I'm going to keep going because I want to reach the top, and this is for charity and all the good things, and hoorah. Well, he gets up there and gets lost and can't figure out which trail to come back down. And it doesn't help when your coworkers, they left like markers on the way up. On their way back down, took all the markers with them, leading him to try to find out which way to go. So he starts going down a trail, and he starts pinging his cell phone, calling his coworker, saying, "Hey, they're saying, no, go back up and come back down this other trail because you're going the wrong way." And eventually he loses cell service coming down some of these trails.
Yeah.
And then he's left out there in the rain and stuff. And it's very hazardous. Like, you guys can die basically now.
Yeah.
And as he falls down, his cell phone service comes back and he's able to contact authorities who come and rescue him.
Well, that's lucky.
Now, how do you go back to work the next week?
Oh no, you're looking for a new job. You're putting in no. What you're doing is you end up going in, you're shooting up the office.
Oh, don't say stuff like that. No.
But that's like what that's a reaction that you put this guy in. You put him in a scenario where it's like, oh,
we don't want
to just left me behind.
We
like,
here at Real
crazy.
Geeks Media do not advocate for anybody to do that.
No, I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying this is this type of stuff that sets people off.
Look,
like that's crazy.
Hayden, put down the gun, Hayden. Hayden, put down the gun.
I don't own a gun.
We do not advocate for any sort of violence here on the show.
We're talking triggers. Trigger warning. There you go.
Let's stay away from triggers and guns, Hayden. We're good. We're not talking. This is a non-McDonald's episode today. Okay? We know that those are the most dangerous places on the world. We're not going there today. This is purely poop jokes and sex jokes today, unfortunately. But this next article here is very sad, I think, because it's kind of like what's going on in people's minds today. This is from New York Post. Iowa attorney accused of distributing sadistic monkey torture videos.
Monkey torture.
An Iowa attorney has been arrested for allegedly making and sharing sick videos in which monkeys were tortured, sexually abused, and killed. Philip Colt Moss, 41, is accused of working with at least 2 other previously indicted men, including one from New Jersey, in creating so-called animal crush videos. I'd never heard of these. In which they used encrypted messaging apps to pay an underage boy in Indonesia to buy monkeys, preferably babies, to torture and kill on camera.
What? That's ridiculous.
The videos include depictions of monkeys having their genitals burned, having their genitals cut with scissors, being sodomized with a wood skewer, and being sodomized with a spoon.
That's awful. That's awful.
Yeah. Again, convicted, he could face a maximum sentence of 12 years in prison.
That's not long.
That's not enough time. That's not enough time. Usually we're talking about funny stuff, but this is sick stuff. This is sick behavior. I had never heard of this, but to have an attorney doing this is just what's wrong with some people today?
Yeah.
And, I mean, animals don't hurt people for the most part, unless they have rabies or something like that. This is not normal behavior for somebody to take pleasure in viewing. Because then you have to ask, what kind of gratification do you get out of seeing these videos?
Yeah, that's awful.
And we all know that, psychopathic type of behavior, sociopathic type of behavior could be killing animals.
Yep.
So no, I don't think 12 years is long enough.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
I hate to say that every now and then retribution needs to be the same that you inflicted. And if you really want to see animals get their genitals mutilated, let's start with you. I mean,
that's a sick individual right there.
We talked a little bit about penises earlier. Hey, what's the world's largest penis? What's the size? Do you know?
Oh, did we? We talked about this one way back months ago.
No, this is different.
No, but something similar to this. I don't know.
We talked about the average, right? The average by country.
Yeah. Yes.
This man here from the UK, again, this is from New York Post, has the world's largest penis and reveals how hard his daily life is. 14.2 inches.
Wow.
And the title, of course, starts off with, here's the long and short of it. I can't make this stuff up. A UK man who boasts the world's largest penis has revealed the many downsides to having a Titanic tallywhacker.
Titanic.
Oh, look, we're going to throw some words out here today that you've never heard of. You're going to Google these when you get home. Oh, I'm telling you, some good ones in here. including struggling to put clothes on, feeling faint while erect, and receiving twisted propositions. The phallically enhanced man, Matt Barr, revealed the supersized secrets in a recent interview with LAD Bible. I got a picture of this guy, and I sit there and look at this guy and say, really? Him?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't
it's a
think, right? It's like
regular
oh,
dude. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He says, I get lightheaded sometimes getting erections, and then you can't get fully erect.
Wow.
A recent scientific study measured his manhood at 14.2 inches, while erect nearly 3 times the global average of 5.1. But Barr says his mammoth member is often referred to as a macrophallus. That's a great name when you're creating a character on World of Warcraft or.
He sounds like a
macrophallus. I mean,
he's a level above Optimus Prime.
Look, all I know is when Superman goes in to fight his next arch enemy, macrophallus is there. You know?
James Gunn, I hope you're taking notes.
Macrophallus essentially means a preternaturally large penis. Erections make him sick, he claims, because their size puts a strain on his circulatory system.
Man, that's wild.
I've gotten lightheaded at times, getting erections and things like that, and you can't get fully erect. I've taken some various medications over time to try and shrink it, which seems to have had the opposite effect. Can you please share some of this medication with me? I need that opposite effect. And again, I don't have the smallest member, but I got the one that nobody wants to touch, and that's a problem. Finding clothes that fits is another hassle, disclosed Barr, who's forced to buy a size up. He recalled one bizarre instance where a guy asked to draw him in a cartoon form as a giant and do all this giant sex stuff with him, a fetish called macrophilia.
Oh. Oh, man.
Despite his newfound popularity and fame, Barr says he will not be doing OnlyFans because he's not that young. He says if he was 20 years younger, he'd be in the gym constantly doing this stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of wild. Dude's just going to pass out getting, that's.
Hayden, have you seen the new, because again, we're talking about the UK criminal justice system, their new reform for policing. Have you heard anything about this?
I heard they're going after social media. Is that what you're referring to?
In a way, because this is the thing. So in order to clear out space.
Yeah, they were going to release people.
No.
To make room for.
Wrong. Those people in the UK, this is according to Breitbart, by the way, UK police let violent knife and sex offenders off if they say they're sorry.
Whoops.
Violent knife and sex offenders can increasingly escape prosecution if they show contrition and say sorry, a report Wednesday claims.
This is so sad.
According to the Daily Telegraph, more than 147,000 people accused of offenses including sex crime, violence, and weapon possessions across the UK were given community resolutions in the Europe March instead of being prosecuted. Such resolutions do not result in a criminal record.
Wow.
The outlet seems to set out the terms applied to each of the case of forgiveness against the background of jail overcrowding. Police guidance says community resolutions should be restricted to low-level crimes and offenders required to apologize to the victim, accept responsibility for the crime, and offer some kind of recompense.
Wow.
But the resolutions, which are issued at the discretion of individual officers, not even the court system, this is the officer showing up at the scene saying, I just think sorry's going to kind of cut it here. Move on with your day.
Yeah.
Have increased by 40% since 2019, when 102,000 were recorded, and are now nearly twice as likely as a criminal charge. The surge comes amid a deepening crisis in the criminal justice system. Prisons are so full that the government is releasing thousands of criminals early next month in the wake of the riots, while police have raised concerns that any worsening of jail overcrowding can limit their ability to make arrests.
UK has fallen. Time to move.
It should be noted that the Home Office Minister responsible for safeguarding this policy has ordered a review of the police response to include that these are non-contact sexual offenses for the most part. So
it's disturbing what's happening there. I get prison overcrowding, I get all that, but they're eager to throw people like, and they're looking the other way with this stuff, right? And essentially that's what this is, right? Like, yeah, but just say you're sorry, okay, and it's okay. But you're gonna go, the other part is if you say something that is against the regime on social media, they're gonna put you in jail. You don't get to say you're sorry, you go to jail. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there. It just sounds like a bunch of nonsense. Get out of the UK. Like, seriously.
look, we are worldwide now on this podcast. We go to Belgium, Brazil, Hawaii. We are not in the UK yet, but we look to get there. If we need to say more entertaining stuff to get there, maybe we will try that. But for right now, we are not there.
Yeah. Watch what we say, though.
Hayden, tonight was the kickoff for the NFL,
Yes.
and it was the Chiefs and the Ravens. But do you know about the big story behind the Chiefs right now? And I'm not talking about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Oh, no, I don't. If it's not Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, I don't know.
Do you know who Xavier Babudar is?
No.
He is known as the Chiefsaholic, and apparently he's going away for a while.
Oh.
This
What
is
did
him
he do?
here.
Okay. Interesting.
Yes, he has season tickets to
It's a furry.
the Chiefs. Yeah, you got another picture of him here too. He is going away for 17 and a half years
For being a Chiefs fan?
without parole because apparently he participated in a string of bank robberies across 7 states from 2022 to 2023.
Natural born killers over here.
He's going to be required to pay $532,000 for his crimes and has also been ordered to pay one teller $10.8 million to a bank teller he threatened with a gun, which I'm sure she'll never see a nickel one of.
Nope.
As a result of this finding by the courts, he was also ordered to forfeit his autographed painting of Patrick Mahomes that he purchased at a charity auction. Nice to know he put that money to good use that he stole. Now, after his initial arrest, what do you do with the violent criminal who's going around robbing banks, Hayden?
Man, I don't even know. You release him. He says he's sorry.
You're close enough. We're going to put him on an ankle monitor
Oh,
and release him to home confinement because this is a cheaper alternative before he goes before sentencing.
Yeah. Great.
So
plan.
what does Babudar do?
Robs another bank.
Try saying that 3 times. No, he takes off his ankle monitor, goes and runs it for 4 months before being apprehended by the FBI in California.
They caught him in the open field.
His attorney, Babudar's attorney, says he committed these bank robberies as a result of his gambling addiction. And he really doesn't deserve this harsh of a sentence.
Oh, no. Clearly.
The judge kind of laughed that off and said, because of your quasi-celebrity status, we believe you can pay these financial losses. Which, of course, a guy dressed like this, he's not making 17. He's not making $10.8 million for 17 years. He's not a football player.
No.
I don't know what this
What were
judge,
they thinking when they ordered that? That's like absurd.
I'm pretty sure it was. If there's one thing with the government, I'm sure is that you cross them and they're gonna make sure they get you back. You make them look stupid, they're gonna get you back.
Yeah.
And look, you want to take that ankle monitor bracelet off? That's fine. You can do that. And we're just gonna tack those years on, and you'll never see the light of day.
That's wild. That's wild.
Hayden, I gotta ask you about your plastic surgery. Which celebrity are you trying to look like today?
Oh boy.
Because you're having a very youthful look to you today. It's like a glow.
I'm not trying to look like any of them.
This is according to the New York Post. Surgery addict who spent $1 million to look like Kim K says her butt lift filler left her infertile and in constant agony.
What?
Her life got rear-ended.
Hold up.
Self-proclaimed surgery addict Jennifer Ampolona spent a whopping $1 million to look like Kim Kardashian. But she wants to tell others to avoid the commonly used cosmetic material, I'm just going to call it PMMA, like the plague. Unfortunately, I had dreams of being a mother. I now find myself unable to fulfill this dream due to
Wow.
complications used by MPPA. Here she is in this picture.
Wow. I don't get it.
$1 million. So apparently the surgery took away Pampalona's chances of having children. The infertility wasn't directly linked to the use of MPPA, but the doctor kind of had a different take on everything in this story here. So I guess in her case, Jennifer's case, the substance migrated from the injection site to other parts of her body, including the pelvic area, which hurt her functioning reproductive organs. Now, she says the symptoms she exhibited were a direct consequence of this procedure. And as a result, she's in immense pain. The pain of not being able to create life is something I never imagined. And she's having difficulty moving around.
Yeah.
But her doctor says things are looking up.
What?
Proper meditation, diet, and supplementation and medication, you can be back to normal.
What?
Yes. Now, apparently,
Okay.
Pampalona, who started undergoing plastic surgery at the age of 17, has since had over 30 procedures, including face and body. She has decided to stop being diagnosed with body, getting these procedures done since she was diagnosed with body dysphoria. But she may choose to undergo one more procedure to hopefully reverse more of what she's dealt with.
Oh,
Know
man.
when to say when.
Yeah, seriously. Gotta say when. That's just crazy. It's like you just keep going down the rabbit hole with that stuff. I don't know.
My question to you would be this. If you wanted to be like Kim K and you're a female, wouldn't it just be easier to go have sex on film and put it out for distribution?
Probably. Then there you go.
That's how Kim K kind of got famous.
Yeah.
It wasn't
true.
because she's a beautiful woman. She's not a terrible looking woman for her age, but she's not.
I mean, it helps that she's from a notable family. Her father was known,
But let's face it, it was the sex tape that really.
That's right. That launched the career. Yep. 100%.
I'm not saying a sex tape's going to do that for everybody, but start an OnlyFans and actually make money instead of.
Yeah, that's come on.
Hayden, I don't know how you feel about her, but I'm going to ask. This is according to dailymail.com, by the way. And I've seen the videos. Katy Perry boasts about performing sex act on Orlando Bloom after he washes dishes in new X-rated interview. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh, this is true, by the way. This is happening. Katy Perry boasted about performing a sex act on fiancé Orlando Bloom as a playful way to reward him for completing household chores in a new X-rated interview. So I have to ask, if you were to do the dishes, or you walked the dog before this interview in tonight's show, was anything done in return for that service?
No.
Other than picking up the dog poo?
That's it.
Are you the one who does the dishes in the house?
Yeah, I do them. Yeah.
Do you
Not
get
all the
rewarded
time.
sexually for doing the dishes?
No.
How about folding the laundry?
No.
Well, the singer 39, who's been with the Lord of the Ring actor for 8 years, spoke about her love language in a teaser clip from her upcoming appearance on the Call Her Daddy podcast. So she says, if I come downstairs and the kitchen is clean and you've done it all and you've done all the dishes and you've closed all the pantry doors, you better be ready to get your dick sucked. I mean, like literally, that is my love language, the star who was seen with Orlando Bloom and her daughter Daisy Dove in New York said on Tuesday. Towards the end of the clip, Perry, who previously called Orlando a wild stallion, playfully exclaims, I don't need a red Ferrari. I can buy a red Ferrari. Just do the fucking dishes. I will suck your dick. It's that easy.
Yeah.
I kind of sit here and think, I'm going to come over to their house and do the dishes if that's what you want me to do. I will do that. That's all it takes. But
Oh,
laundry
man.
today. I'm going to clean the floors today.
That's something else right there.
Hayden, I think you would go out and paint the house if your wife told you that.
Right? Right?
Oh, you got to paint the house? Or you want a deck built? Not a problem.
Right.
What do you need me to do today?
That's wild. But I mean, good for her. Good for Orlando.
Well, Orlando posted a response today. I saw it.
Oh, he did.
He said, honey, the dishes are done. So yeah, that is true, by the way. He did.
Oh, what do your elf eyes see? Oh my God. That's great. That's great.
Just maintain some eye contact. That's all I ask.
That's great.
This is according to New York Post. Channing Tatum once bought new T-shirts for an entire year to avoid doing laundry.
That's absurd.
Channing Tatum is coming clean. The 44-year-old said there was a year, either 99 or 2000, that he had fresh white T-shirts every day. This is during an interview with GQ. He goes, I hate doing laundry. Like, I hate it more than I could possibly say. So he will not be getting his dick sucked by Katy Perry.
No.
I don't think I did laundry all that year. I just wore T-shirts that I just bought, he continued. I'd be like, I can get like 2 wears out of this week. Of course, his choice of T-shirt was a simple white Hanes T-shirt or ripped tank top. So my question to you is this. The GQ, shame on them for not asking the question. If he's too lazy to do his shirts in the wash, do you think he's washing his underwear?
Great follow-up. Great follow-up.
Or is he buying new packs of underwear also? Because why aren't you just saying that? And that kind of leads me back to the Chipotle question. Because those stains magically appear more and more the older you get.
That I had seen, yeah, right. I had seen this article, right, and or this little blurb pop up, and I'm just like, that is so disgusting, because you're only saying, and I had the same thought. I was like, you're only talking about the shirt because you hate doing laundry. What about the rest of your clothes, right? That's gross, man. Like, come on. I could get 2 wears out of these before I toss those too. Like, come on.
Is he taking those clothes and donating them to the homeless shelter? I mean,
These are like, yeah, that's gross, man. Channing Tatum, that's disgusting, dude.
Look, you know what? He can get away with it.
He can.
BFD like me cannot.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm still trying to promote that BFD, by the way. Hashtag BFD. Or was it FBD? FBD. Fat ball dude. FBD.
Yes.
Fat ball dude. Hayden, I have 2 more stories. Here we go. If I told you there's a celebrity out there who believed that she could communicate with dolphins, who would you think that would be?
A celebrity?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
According to the UK Daily Mail, Kelly Ripa admits she once jumped off a boat to prove she can fluently communicate with dolphins. And by the way, I think Kelly Ripa is beautiful, by the way.
Was she under the influence?
No. I think she's beautiful, by the way. For her age, I think she's gorgeous. I love her personality, too. Kelly Ripa thought she could communicate. She broke the communication barrier between man and animal. The talk show host 53 recently reacted to her daughter sharing a topless bikini photo, admitted she once jumped off a boat because she believed she could fluently communicate with dolphins.
Yeah.
While touching on the latest technological developments for animal communication, Ripa recalled a previous dolphin encounter she had while she was on a friend's birthday trip in Mexico. They rented a boat for cocktails. All of a sudden in the water, we were surrounded by wild dolphins. She explains, I had just done a show in Miami. We'd gone to this aquarium and I swam with the dolphins. And all the dolphins understood me while I was at this aquarium. And I just taped this piece. So I'm like, I'm going to jump in the water here in Mexico and communicate with these dolphins. I know how to talk to dolphins. She actually says this. I know how to talk to the dolphins.
So
I'm going to call them over.
I'm just picturing that scene from Ace Ventura.
The mother of 3 said her friends advised her to get back in the boat because the dolphins were not trained. But Kelly insisted she could speak to the marine mammals fluently. Our friend Brian was standing on the bow of the boat. He's going, Kel, get back in the boat. Those are wild dolphins. Those aren't trained. But in my mind, Hayden, I thought I could talk to the dolphins because I'd spoke so fluently to them.
That's crazy. Hold on. Let me show you some. Yeah, well, let me show you something real fast because this is the only thing going through my head when I'm hearing about Kelly
She's
Ripa.
gorgeous, by the way. I think Kelly Ripa's amazing
Listen,
for her
it
age.
doesn't excuse the absolutely bananas nonsense.
I could live with somebody who wants to believe they could talk the Dolphins. I can live with that.
This is Kelly Ripa.
I can barely hear it. Oh, here we go.
Heinz gets velvet. I
Hello,
am trainer
Kelly
of
Ripa.
Dolphins. You want to talk to the Dolphin? You talk to me.
What happened to the regular trainer?
What happened to him? What happened to me? 7 years I'm with Siegfried. We are making the Dolphins disappear, and then Roy is coming with the white tiger and the stuffing in the pants, and I'm gone.
Where is Snowflake?
Why do you care about the Dolphin? Do you know him? Does he call you at home? Do you have a dorsal fin?
Kelly
To
Ripa.
train the dolphin, you must think like the dolphin. You must be getting inside the dolphin's head and communicating. I'm saying to Snowflake, "Aga, aga, 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 aga," and he is saying, "Aga, aga," and he is up on the tail. And you can quote him.
There you go. Kelly Ripa.
That's pretty good there, Hayden. Our last story of the night. This one's out of Sumatra. This is from TMZ, by the way. 16-foot python crushes grandmother to death. Local mob avenges her.
Oh,
An
local
Indonesian grandmother has met her tragic end after being crushed to death by a 16-foot python that tried to swallow her whole.
it's a horrible way to go.
According to the reports, the 57-year-old Hapspa was attacked by the serpent last week while doing routine work on a plantation where she tapped rubber trees. She reportedly tried to fight the snake off, but it wrapped herself around her body, and the python overpowered her, squeezing her unconscious from the lack of oxygen.
It's a horrible way to go, man.
The woman's husband also worked on the plantation and realized something was wrong when she didn't come home and began searching for his wife. He came over. He saw the wife wrapped around his wife and was trying to swallow her. He came over and started pulling on the snake's tail and hit it until it eventually loosened its grip. And the snake left on its own. The incident left the whole community shaken. And as a result, a mob of enraged locals soon formed and hunted down the python and beat it to death. They have a picture here.
Holy cow.
16-foot python.
Jeez.
Anaconda.
Yeah, yeah.
So my question is where's Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube when you need them?
Where's John Voight?
He's in a snake's belly. With Eric Stoltz and Owen Wilson.
And Owen Wilson. What was the boat driver?
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh man,
Does it
that-
matter?
that's a horrible way to go. I'm glad they avenged her though.
Look, Hayden, just remember www.realgeekmedia.com. Join us here for all the fun. It's an opportunity. Support us. Advertise with us. Donate here. Hey, do you have anything to close out for tonight? Other than I want to see you next week in your Chipotle costume.
Yeah, we'll be the bag and the burrito next week.
Oh, I'm not getting dressed up like that. I just want to see you dressed up.
Oh God, go to OnlyFans for that.
Look, if somebody would pay me on OnlyFans to dress up like that, this is what I'm willing to do, Hayden. I am willing. Why is it gotta be like that? It's nothing too terrible, but I'm willing to dress up like the burrito, and if people are willing to pay, because again, my face won't be visible. Yours will. You can chase me around with like a whip or something.
Little burrito action.
Look, I'm willing to do this.
Oh man,
for because it needs to be done for comedy reasons and for money mostly because I'm gonna get paid. I need to get paid.
never do what you're good at for free, right?
Look, if it requires me crying like a little bitch running around your house on camera while you're chasing me around with a whip, well, I'm dressed as a burrito fork or a napkin, and that's what the fans want, and that's what I'm willing to give the fans.
That's what the fans need.
Look, I'm willing to do this. Just And it's a shame because I really feel like people want to see this, and I'm willing to do this.
What do you think, Belgium?
I'm thinking we could go to the UK gravy tournament.
The gravy tournament.
What? I'm tying up all the loose ends tonight. I could go as the burrito man.
We're luchadors. Because it is a burrito.
But I think people would pay to go see this on OnlyFans.
Oh,
I'm willing to do it. Hashtag FBD.
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 We're back on.
Does it get any better than that?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Not until 2 weeks from now, on the 18th, when we're back.
Can you imagine running around your neighborhood doing that?
Through the neighborhood.
On Halloween.
Halloween's different. You could get away with it. Right?
I think the parents would have a problem with that. Dad, Mommy, who's those two guys chasing each other with the whip?
Why is the one burrito getting chased with a whip?
I would just start yelling, I escaped from the dungeon.
Oh, the acolyte gimp mask. Oh,
It's going to
man.
put that scene in The Boys season 4 to shame, I'll tell you.
Oh. Come back on the 18th for more of this. We're going to have our interview.
Robert Ottawato, yep.
And
Author of Coil and Fang, the Writer's Realm podcast, which I'm sure will never, ever live this down if we start dressing like a burrito with a whip and a gimp.
So join us for our interview. We're going to talk Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and stick around for some more funny and weird news stories.
Just $5 a video on OnlyFans, I'm telling you. I think we got something here. I really do. I should go to Spirit Halloween store now. I got a coupon for 10% off.
There you go.
One item though. It's one item, so I got to get some more. It came in your value pack today.
Go to two different Spirit Halloweens. They'll never know.
I'm in if you're in. Look, you got to set up the account under your name though, not mine. I'm good with it. I want profit sharing on this. I'll tell you what, you pay off your house in a year, we'll both be laughing.
Right at that point,
you'll be begging me to get in that gimp suit.
Just you just said I only had to wear it one more time. Put on the burrito costume just one more time. The people need it.
That's right. I'm okay with it.
On that note, we'll catch you guys in 2 weeks. Check us out. We'll see you then. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.